The new 10Q is coming in less than 10 minutes. Stand by, KHJ.
The happening was an event for Los Angeles radio and the industry. The sign-on of KTNQ, 10Q, then the market's newest top 40 rocker.
Radio staff ever put together. Let's hear it. Come on.
In the birth of 10Q, the Aircheck Factory reviewed the sign-on of this rocker that in 2.5 years has become an almost legend, presenting the likes of some true broadcast greats over its airwaves.
Give him the man. Give him the man. Go ahead. We're ready. Go. Whoa. TNQ Los Angeles, the new 10Q Chuck routing. It's 5 o'clock. Can you dig it? All right. Boss Chuck.
I'm Rich Brother Robin, former Boss Chuck also. Listen, it's really good to see you, man.
It's good to see you, Rich.
I know it's
been in touch with yourself.
I've been in touch with recently, as a matter of fact. I got a machine to do it now. It works. It works. All right, is it my turn?
Sure is.
All right, well, we're going to get a horn. Pick it up and blow it. Baby, I got it. It is 5:30 here at the new 10Q. I am Rich Brother Robin. We are going to race some cane around here tonight, baby. We have been already, but we're just getting started. Get down! Oh, let's hear it for the boys in the band, baby. All right. Yeah, get down.
Listen to my friends. KTNQ. You got it? Los Angeles, the new 10Q. It's 6:02. And this is John M. Driscoll. And this is America.
I'd like to say a pleasant hello before anything else. Is that all right? Are you through now?
I am through, but real, you're working the mic too close.
Why?
I'll give you a little tip.
Yeah?
Ask me how far you should work from me.
How far? Oh, tell me, John, how far should I work from the mic?
This is a legendary disc jockey, the real Don Steele.
Delgado is alive!
What controls this record? What controls? All the guys out there in the spirit of the season, do not worry about your job security. Yet.
Measure the voltage at the output. Old microwave oven can last much longer than a brush. The power would be 400 times less wasted on wires. I have the CD power line. Both of them are exactly at 120 volt AC. Capacitor across the power supply can generate 20 volts, 150. Measuring the AC voltages at the input. Now we'll have high voltages. Obviously, there's a wrong connection. To kickstart the arc. Measure the current too. Oh, it's not making a good contact. You can safely plug them in. Let's turn it on. What did I do? Come on. Ooh.
Just touch it. Just touch it, man.
And now I will turn the power bar on. Which is, I think, this turning much harder now.
Why don't you plug it here?
Uh-oh.
No! There you go. You saw what happened. Oh. Let's charge the car battery with these. Now I have to wait till... Let's measure and see where we are. I'm measuring the capacitor voltage and it's around... It plugs to my cell phone and I can play any tone from it, like this. Carefully, they have to cut that tiny bridge. Okay, let's try it out.
everybody, wherever you may be. My name's Larry. My call sign's K7810. My goodness, it's Ham Radio Live. Please don't do any of that stuff. Please also hit subscribe. It'll help people find us here who have an interest in radio or ham radio. Yeah, we want them to find the channel. Thank you for all you folks who have subscribed. It does mean a lot, truly does. I don't monetize here, and it's nice that people are subscribing. Thank you for that. That's a great video. Thanks to Gunther DK50NB for that great shocking video right there. Absolutely. Hello, everybody. Every time I've seen that video, I literally cry because it's just funny as heck. It's just great. Welcome to the show. It's good to see you guys. Sorry I'm late. We had, I told you yesterday about the snowstorm and the ice coming. Well, it's, supposed to be starting tonight. So my wife, very nervous. She's a Northern California girl. I get it. She's just nervous about driving in it. So I got up really early to take her to work, and then tons of errands to do after that, and finally got here. But it worked out good because that way I could get Gunter's little video there he sent me about the shocking guy. It's great. Thank you, Gunter. DK50NV in Germany. That's good stuff. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to do some stuff on the general exam, helping people to get licensed up so they can get themselves continents, not counties. That makes a big difference. We'll also be doing another funny little video towards the end. I think you'll like it. It's actually a Zoom call. You might have seen it. It's a viral video, but it's hilarious. It's a real legal video with a judge and attorneys. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, welcome to the show. All right, let's get into the general questions. Before we do, I want to start with Stu in Great Britain. Welcome to the show. It's nice to see you, Stu, as always. Thank you, my friend. What a joy. Thank you, buddy. Kilo Charlie 1, Juliet Victor Delta's in the house. Welcome to the show, big fella. Love it. Thanks for being here. Ward Dixon, yes, sir. I thought of you with that. That's why we waited with the real Don Steele. Yeah, want to make sure we had that in the video at the very end. It goes a little longer, but the beginning was already going to be long enough, and I was like, I better cut it. But you got a little bit of the real Don Steele, who is truly, he was, I guess, the epitome of boss jocks. If you go back to the 60s and early 70s, he was a legend. I mean, one of the biggest. I mean, we think of people today who are big in radio, right? And most of them are in the talk format, but he was in the music format, and he was truly a legend, and he died way too soon, truly did. Mike is here. Welcome, Kilo Delta 2, Sierra X-Ray Delta. Just thank you for just sticking around. It was fun, wasn't it? God. Oh, man, that guy, what a story. Anyway, thanks for coming, everybody. All right, so let's get to the questions to help people with the general. For folks that are watching on replay, 20 minutes in, we'll get to QSOs on the FTDX 10. All right, here we go. First question on the general reads, in the US of A, which of the following amateur bands is restricted to communication only on specific channels rather than frequency ranges? Now, this is the only place this happens. So for people who would like to license up from technician, or for those folks who are, thinking about passing both of them, okay, the only one that's in channels is 60 meters. 60 is split up into 5 channels, and it's between 5330 megahertz. And it's cool because these are all close together, and there's a reason that they're split up this way. So 5330.5 all the way up to 5403.5, sorry. And the reason why they're there, and the limit, by the way, on 60 is 100 watts. And the reason for that, there's tons of shortwave stations in there. And they used to be everywhere, but so many of them signed off permanently now. There's not as many as there used to be, but you will find a lot of shortwave people in that area. So again, if you hear a signal near one of those 5 channels, remember to steer away from it. Just don't even transmit. Just go somewhere else, okay? But 60 meters is the only one that has channels, and there are 5 of them, okay? Next question on the general technician in the U.S. It reads, what is the power limit for beacon stations? Okay, keep in mind, power limit and power use are 2 different things, okay? Power limit is 100 watts. 100 watts peak envelope power. However, beacons also transmit down lower from that. So they're going to start at 100, then they're going to go to 10, then they'll go to 1, then they're going to go to 1/10 of a watt, okay? That's to make sure you can hear them, okay? Because they transmit from other continents. If you can hear the beacon, means you should be able to make contact with that continent, okay? So 100 watts peak envelope power is the limit, okay? Next question. What's the maximum symbol rate permitted for radio teletype? Now, for new hams, RTTY means radio teletype. It's like the old Walter Cronkite News. Remember the old teletype machines that go on in the background? Kind of like that, but they don't, we don't use readers for the most part. Some hams do. Some hams actually have printers still that do radio teletype, but for the most part, they're just on the screens. And it's like text messaging. You transmit back and forth. So what's the maximum symbol rate permitted for radio teletype or data emission transmitted on the 1.25 meter and 70 centimeter bands? Well, the answer is 56 kilobaud. Just remember, 56 kilobaud's a maximum symbol rate. You can go up there on 1.25 and 70 sems, okay? That's the best way to put it. 1.25 is the end of VHF. In the UHF frequencies right there at 70 centimeters. All right, next question on the general. Welcome to the show. Waiting for the TV stations here to name this storm. They've used snowpocalypse. They've used windtastrophe, winter blast. They've used Arctic blast. I'll let you know, okay? And if the power goes out, I'm going to do this. It'll be fun. I'll do the show from my laptop and be able to just use the phone as the hotspot. So should be able to still do a show if the power goes out. That'll be interesting, won't it? See what we come up with. We might just do a talk show. Which of the following statements is true of VOX operation versus PTT operation? Neato, right? Vox is pretty sweet because it allows you hands-free operation, but you have to be careful with it because it hears you when you speak. So if you have people in the background, it's not good to use. It's adjustable, of course, with your microphone. But again, Vox is something that you don't have to key a mic. You simply speak and the microphone picks up your audio, transmits it on the air. Hands-free, pretty simple. Okay, so that's Vox. And radios even today do Vox. So Vox and MOX are both still available, even on the FTDX 10. Next question on the general today. When selecting a CW, and for new hams or people who'd like to be in hams, CW does not mean country music, okay? It means code word or Morse code, okay? So what CW frequency, okay, when selecting one, what minimum separation should be used to minimize interference to stations on adjacent frequencies? Okay, so what this really means is when you pick some place to transmit your Morse code, how far should you be away from another station? That's really the question. Okay. The answer is 150 to 500 hertz, not kilohertz. Okay. So that's pretty narrow. Keep that in mind. If you're going to be selecting a frequency to do Morse code, make sure you got about 150 to 500 hertz separation between you and the nearest signal that you can hear. Providing you can do that, should be fine. Okay. Next question. What should you do if a CW, again, that's Morse code, station sends QRS? Remember, QR slower. QR slower. QRS means to send slower. You need to be able to copy it, and you're having a hard time because the person's a little too fast for you. Don't ever be ashamed or nervous to ask a Morse code operator for QRS, because they'll accept that. They'll understand that you're not, proficient yet at it. You're learning it just like they did. So it's going to take a while to speed you up. And that's a good thing because you're in the water and you're trying. That's the main thing. Okay. On the general. Next, what is the amateur auxiliary to the FCC? The The amateur auxiliary really is a bunch of people that monitor the airwaves to make sure that you aren't doing the wrong thing. That's it. It's on the answer for the test. It says amateur volunteers who are formally enlisted to monitor the airwaves for rules violations. Okay. So these folks are going to be listening in, and if they aren't hearing you doing your call sign, or if you're using foul language or something like that, they can record it and send it to the FCC, and you can get a fine or you could lose your license. So keep in mind, these frequencies you're using when you're transmitting can be heard not only on ham radios, but also on shortwave radios and on your phone too. So just a web SDR, pull it up, you can hear everything. So please make sure you're careful with what you transmit, because the amateur auxiliary could be listening. Very important. Next question. What is a possible benefit to radio communications resulting from periods of high geomagnetic activity? Okay. In high geomagnetic activity, the answer here is auroras that can reflect very high frequency or VHF signals. Okay. So when you have high geometric activity, remember very high frequency. Okay. Remember that, because that's where it benefits. And basically, those auroras that are in the north can reflect your VHF signals, make them go farther. That's really how it works. Okay. Next question on the general. We'll get to the QSOs with the FTDX and your question here at 20 minutes in. So the FTDX 10 here in just a few. What makes HF scatter signals often sound distorted? Think of a broken mirror and light shining into it. Okay. That's a good example. When you shine a flashlight into a shattered glass mirror, it's going to reflect the light in a multitude of directions. It's the same thing here. When you're working HF scatter, okay, you're working, say, for example, you're working 6 meter E-skip, and that's what they call it, E-skip, because it's in the E region of the ionosphere. And essentially, it's a cloud of ions that's a little more charged than the rest of the ionosphere is. Your signal hits it and it literally shoots out in multiple directions. That's how it works. So the answer here is D. Energy is scattered into the skip zone through several different radio wave paths. Again, just like a shattered mirror. Okay. Hit it with light, light goes everywhere. You hit E-skip, it's going to do the same thing. What it does for the person on the other end, by the way, it can help them hear an echo or maybe a little bit of distortion. Not really distortion so much, but usually an echo, because it's coming from different directions at the same time. All right, next question. What is one reason to use the attenuator function that's present on many HF transceivers? The answer is A, to reduce signal overload due to strong incoming signals. Okay, you have a strong signal coming in, right? And maybe you have a weak one fairly close to it. Attenuators on radios are there to help you to bring down the strong signals so you can hear the weak ones. They're helpers for you, okay? Keep in mind, your attenuator usually on transceivers are at 6, 12, and 18 dB. Each time you use them, you're bringing down the strong signals, but listen carefully at the weak ones, okay? Use your digital your digital signal processing, or if you're using an older rig, use your signal processing to try and tune it in. But your attenuator helps to bring down the strong signals. All right, 2 more here on the general. First one here. Which of the following is an advantage of an oscilloscope versus a digital voltmeter? Okay, in this case, complex waveforms can be measured. Okay, so if you're using an oscilloscope over a digital voltmeter, you can see complex waveforms. We've all seen oscilloscopes, right? You've got the little TV screen, like the little CRT, and it's got the waveform on it. That's an oscilloscope, where, you know, a meter doesn't have that. It can't show you exactly what the wave looks like. All right, last question on the general. What is the amateur auxiliary to the FCC? This is a duplicate. Yeah, it's just people that monitor the bands. That's all it is. Sorry about that. Don't know why that rendered twice. Okay, welcome to the show. Good to see you guys today, and waiting on the snow. Let's get your comments quickly. Cliff is here. Hi there. Welcome you. I haven't seen you here before, Cliff. Welcome to the show. He's Whiskey Delta 4, Oscar Bravo Papa. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for being here today, Cliff. Appreciate it. Nikolai, here from Romania. Thank you for coming. Always his pleasure. Stu says, I can't use Vox here anymore. I'm married.
Go!
That's great. Fred Durant, up in Washington State. Hello, everybody. No snow here yet. None here either, but they're saying freezing rain first. And the interesting thing is, they're saying could be up to a quarter-inch or more. That could be disastrous. Joe McConaughey's here. He's Alpha Golf 7, X-Ray Hotel. Hello, Joe. Good to see you. Welcome. It's a great thing when you have you here. Thanks for coming. All right, let's take a look at the rig. We'll see what we can come up with today on some QSOs. Maybe make a little bit of contacts and say hi to some folks. 40 meters was looking pretty good. Let's see what we got. Boy, pretty dead now. I mean, it was going pretty good earlier. Pre-show was working pretty good. Let's move up to 20. All of a sudden, I've got a RFI issue here. Not sure what's going on with it, but it's driving me crazy. It was close. Yeah, just a little bit too far out there. A little too far. Got somebody tuning up there and there. Could be some digital work though. Let's see over here and see what we come up with. Again, the mouse on this is just nice to use. Gets you right in on the frequency. Helps you out. So the mouse control on this is really good. Again, if you're looking at getting this transceiver or the 101, the Logitech 310 is the great one. It works well.
Good, you got your shot at almost going to have a birthday session. That's cool. Very good. Very good. And I have to repeat what kind of weather you got. It sounds like you guys have snow or something going
See,
on. I know
narrowing the passband just brings down the noise a bit.
My sister had 30 below wind chill.
See the noise increase? Bring it down.
Pretty dang cool. Time to do some indoor stuff, I think. So let me put it over
Bring the contour.
Put it over to Dennis, and then Jim, and then Bob, and then back to you. How about that?
Sounds like they got a little net going, some sort. We'll say a quick hello.
W6, W6KC and the group, W6SW.
K7HN.
Okay.
Ooh.
Make sure I got it here.
Just a second, guys. Sorry.
W6SW and the group, W6KC. Okay, great. Yeah, I copied with the SDR.
By the way, today, just to let you know, we are using the DX Commander all-band vertical antenna at 30 feet.
Congratulations on your COVID shot and the birthday present coming up. And yeah, Joanne and I are set to get ours next Saturday, February 20th. So that'll be a release. Final. There's a meeting of the Southern California DX Club at 7 p.m. tonight on Zoom.
Bring up the RF gain.
I may present a preview of.
There's no DNR right now. I'm just bringing up the RF gain.
Ham Radio in Europe slideshow that I put together about a year ago. And it got
Now, if I lower the RF gain, here's what happens.
We'll see how that goes.
See the noise comes back in? Just narrow it down a little bit. Bring the gain up. This radio has excellent RF gain. Okay. Could have just switched over to somebody else in the net. So, pretty quiet. We'll see if we can get a little quick word in to say hello. You can always call CQ too, see if somebody comes back. In fact, let's try that. We haven't done that. We usually do it on Fridays only, but why not? Let's go up to 14 so the generals can take part. 14243. We'll see if the frequency is available. Let me check also my web SDR just to make sure we're good up there, because, you know, I like to make sure we don't have any frequency, any modulation nearby that frequency. If we do, we just move. Simple. So 14243 looks to be, pretty, there's someone fairly close. All right, let's go. Okay, 14280. Looks good about 14280. Usually don't like to be on zeros, but it's clear, so all right. Let's check frequency availability real quick. Is this frequency available? This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Checking frequency availability. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. And you're not going to see this signal pop up here. And the reason you won't is because we're too close. This is from San Francisco, and it's too close for 20 meters. So we're at 100 watts. We're going to run barefoot through the DX Commander all band vertical. Let's see what happens. CQ on 20. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ. Any station anywhere? From the Pacific Northwest of Oregon, this is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ. We're live on Ham Radio Live on YouTube, and we're streaming to the world. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ on 20 and listening.
Kilo 7 Hotel November, you're making in the Southern Cal. Whiskey 6, Whiskey Delta.
QSO, Ward, man, nice signal, 5-9. Nice signal here into Oregon today. Whiskey 6, Whiskey Delta, Kilo 7 Hotel November. How's the weather down in Southern California today?
Well, good afternoon, Larry. The weather's beautiful. Can't complain. We've got about 66 degrees and sunny. Can't complain. You were a good 5x5, 55. And just thought I'd let you know you were sounding good down here. Go ahead.
I appreciate that, Ward. How's the audio quality on this? I'm curious. I haven't done anything with the mic other than just adjust the gain and the compression. That's pretty much all I've touched. Nothing yet on the parametric.
Well, you kind of took a little bit of a dip right there, Larry. Your signal was good. The audio sounds good, but the band changed just a little bit. But your audio was sounding real good, if that was your question. Go ahead.
QSL, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. And by the way, we want the weather you got because we're tired of this. It's crazy, man. I'm waiting for him to close the whole state down here in about 12 hours. Ward, just a quick question while we've got you here. You have the Yaesu 101 Mike Papa, and you nearly sold that radio, but you didn't. Would you mind telling everybody why you held on to it? Changing band conditions could be just fade.
Larry, I really struggled with the sale of the radio and put it up for less than 24 hours, took it down off QRZ. It just makes you do some applications that I've ever wanted. You just played on your channel. The radio, from the front end, the VC2, the notch filters. It just has, everything I need. A lot of noise and band conditions at times. The front end is great, and you get great reports from the radio, and it's just more radio than I need, but it's fantastic, and hopefully you still got a copy because the band did change. But it's staying in the shack. It's not going anywhere. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Back to you for Whiskey Delta.
QSL, thank you, Ward. No, I know that was a tough decision for you, and I'm glad you kept the rig. It's such a special transceiver, really good. So keep doing on what you're doing. You're doing a great job, and you sound good. You got a great mic there, and you're doing a good job. I'll shoot you 73, buddy. Thank you, and thank you for the conversation there on the 10, the FTDX 101 MP. Just real quick before I let you go, you also had an ICOM 7300, but you do have the 9700 still. How do you like that? Over?
Well, Roger, Larry, thank you very much. You sound great yourself. Take care, 7-3s, and we'll definitely speak again and enjoying the show for sure. So, all the best. Kilo 7 Hotel November. We'll talk to you again. Whiskey Delta. 73.
73 Ward, QRZ. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Hello, 10.
Oh. Wow. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November station. Come back, please. Wow, that was really blast, wasn't it? Holy moly. Kilo 7 Hotel November, CQ, we're live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube, streaming to the world about ham radio and getting people involved in the hobby. We'd love to make a quick QSO with anyone here. If you could pick up the call, we would appreciate it. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ on 20 and listening. That was loud. So all of a sudden, bang, this guy comes blasting in. Woo. See if we make one more call. CQ on 20. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ20, live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube, and streaming to the world. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ on 20 and standing by. Okay, pretty quiet there. So we'll go QSY and we'll chase. We'll see if we can say hello to somebody else. Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, QSY. Take a quick listen. Let's check 17. Let's see if 17's got something going on here. Real quiet on 17. All right, let's bump down here. We'll take a closer look at 20. We'll see how 20 meters is doing this afternoon. Interested to see how the antennas survive with the ice, because ice is a killer for antennas. More for directionals, but definitely can cause trouble, especially with your guy wires. You can really weigh them down, snap them, and then you can have an antenna that falls. So again, you got ice issues. Try and go out and maintain your antennas during the storm if you can, just to keep them together, because ice can be a real problem for any antenna, whether it's a vertical or a dipole, okay? Just going to bring the waterfall up a little bit better just to get a better view of the signals. And what this does essentially is it just increases the front end so you can see the signals better. For example, there's one right here. It's right in this area, so I tend to park right between them if I can. Another one that's over here, you can see that. When you lower the reference frequency in, you can see the signals better. See, if I kept it where it was, which was up at, I believe, 10, wait, negative 10. Here's what happens when you're about 9 or 10. Look at the waterfall. See, there's nothing there. So what you do is you take a look, you press the function button, which is a knob. Basically, it's a function knob, but you press it in, brings up the main menu. From here, you can turn it and adjust anything on the radio, or you can simply press it, and that's what you're going to adjust on the screen. Turn the function knob, and you'll be able to bring up the gain on the front end of the radio so you can see the signals better. It's kind of a quick tool just to use it, okay? Another thing here that I haven't talked about on this transceiver, and this is something that's very comparable with most radios today. The radio has an ability for a quick adjustment knob or button, okay? Here's where it is on the 10, okay? Let me turn it a little bit to you. If you hold in the CS switch, the custom switch is used to give you a plethora of options that you can make work with the outer VFO ring, okay? Not the, the inner VFO ring. As you see it turning now, it's changing the frequency, right? But if I press CS, because I've set it now for DNR, I press it there, now see the CS light is on. If I turn the outer VFO, watch what happens. I got my power adjustment now. There's my power. If I wanted to change that to something else, I hold it in, and it gives me these choices, okay? I can adjust the level, the peak, contrast, dimmer, the memory group, mic gain, the processing level, on and on and on and on. So that's all there for you to be able to adjust. I like to use RF power because a lot of times, to be honest, I like running QRP. I think it's a lot of fun. To get rid of it, press it again, and it's off the screen. With the CS button, it gives you the flexibility to use the transceiver in many ways outside of simply just using it with, you know, the knobs, the buttons, and all the menus. CS gives you extra control of one more thing. It's kind of nice to have, so it's a nice little option. Let's see if we can contact one more person. Big signal off frequency. See right over here. We have a long one over here, see on the mouse? Long one right there, and there's a big one here. Let's try this one, see what we got here. Probably a 270. Again, it's important to tune with your hearing, you know, with your ears, not so much with your eyes. It's very important. It's going to take a little work. Let's see if we can get it to come in. First thing I'm going to do is get the contour. Now, see, he's not moving the meter. Let's bring up the RF gain. This one, you just work the DNR light. Some kind of a special event station. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Okay, got it, got time. Let me bring that dude with a little bit further up. 50 Bravo 6 miles per hour. Drinking Pacific Palisades, California. You're 5 by 5. 55 is the Daytona Beach.
You hear the RF gain kicking
up? I think we got it safe, my friend. Everybody else is freezing. Yeah, just simply at the better end. It's 73, you're in the log. Look us up on QSO.com for a nice QSO, all right? 73, anything to feedback around Northwest. This is November 4th, Delta Alpha Bravo, QSO.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. A lot of fade. Now, here's a situation where you can bring in an amp. Bring in the first amp with the IPO. Kilo 7 Hotel November. I don't know if you're saying again to me or not. Clearly not. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Yeah, there's a lot of fit. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Without the contour. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
I got a Kilowatt 7 again.
Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. QRZ, what is your call sign again? Call sign, please.
November 4, Delta Alpha Bravo. November 4, Delta Alpha Bravo. Special event station for the Daytona 500.
QSL, thank you very much. You're a 5-3 here in Oregon. 5-3 QSL, and thank you. Kilo 7 Hotel November is clear.
73 Larry, you're in the log. This is November 4, Delta Alpha Bravo, QRZ.
Very good. All right. So there is one in the log for the Daytona 500. How about that, my friends? That's not too shabby, right? Take that. Why not? We'll take anything we can at this point. My computer has literally just said, nope, I'm done. Okay, guess it is. There you go. So that was a 4-station, most likely, coming from Daytona Beach or near there in Florida. Let's get just a number. And this is good for new people or ham people who'd like to be in ham radio. I like to do this sometimes just to be able to let people know what you can do, because so many people, when they hear ham radio, what, 100 watts? That's all you get? Well, that's nothing. I've got 100-watt light bulbs in my house, right? Well, 100 watts on a ham radio actually is quite a bit. You might be surprised what you can do with 100 watts. That QSL right there was to Daytona Beach, and that was a good one. We'll take it because, it's always nice to meet new people, and one of the things that I enjoy about ham radio is exactly that. You can just sit there and make calls and just have a good time. Again, the receive signal there was a 5.5, which was great. Loved that. And, personally, if you're looking for a special event station, there you go. Right there in North America, 14266 right now is the Daytona 500 special event station. Kind of cool, right? So you can get that in and make it happen. Not bad. 100 watts. We'll take it. We'll take it. That QSO, by the way, for folks that would like to be in ham radio, that was 2,525 miles away. So over 2,500 miles away. That was a treat. So thank you for the folks there at Daytona Beach that are doing that. Special events are always fun to work. And it's, it's good practice too for hams to be able to do, because it gives you the option, you're dealing with a pileup most of the time. And when you're dealing with pileups, you can have a lot of competition for your signal. Let me get all this glare off of the screen, off my eyes for you. Gone. Okay. So you get the experience of working against other people who are trying to make the call. Now, in this case, this is going coast to coast on the Yaesu FTDX 10 at 100 watts, okay? And that's on the Callum McCormick, and I think this is the best antenna by there is in the world. I really do. The DX Commander all-band vertical at 30 feet. It's resonant for me at 40 meters, all the way from about 7.05, I think, 7.050. And I'm talking like 1.0 something to 1, all the way up to 7.3. It's a very good antenna. What's good about it, especially, is the components that Callum puts in it. You can find information about the DX Commander all-band vertical if you go to the DX Commander website. That's dxcommander.uk. He's good. All of his products right there. Callum's a good guy, easy to work with, and the antenna is very affordable. Let's take a look at your comments before we close out the show. Man, a lot of folks here today. Thank you for coming here. Nikolai, freezing rain in the morning there, and now expecting a snowstorm plus strong wind gusts and minus 10 Celsius. Whoa, temperature is not that low, but the wind amplitude, yeah, wind chill could kill you, man. I totally understand that. John, welcome to the show. It's very nice to have you. Thank you for coming today. Appreciate you being here, John. Thank you. Thank you very much. Jay, love that lead. Yeah, isn't that great? I love it. It's so funny. Thank you to Gunter, DK5ONV, for sending me that. If you have a funny video or you have a special broadcast video that you'd like to see on the show, send it to me. Just email it over to me at my QRZ email. I'll take a look at it. Love to put it on the show. We've put many of the viewers' stuff here on the show before, and that was one of the funniest ones. I could hardly keep myself from, with my pants. It was just funny. Just laugh your head off funny. So thanks, Gunter, for that. It's really good. Randy, thank you for saying what you're saying here. Great information packed. Thank you so much. Whiskey Alpha 3, Whiskey Bravo. Randy, that is a true honor to me, and I'm very humbled by it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean that. That's what it's all about. And Nikolai in Romania, Transceiver has many options and features. Very impressed, but I wish I had the budget to buy it. Yeah, and you know what? It's going to come down. Again, folks that are interested in buying the FTDX 10, please realize this is going to come down in value. It's going to come down in price quickly. You got maybe a few more months, but what you're going to find is that the price of this is going to probably go between $1,400 and $1,500 in about 12 months. Again, Gigaparts had it the day after Christmas and on December 27th for $1,525 shipped. gives you a good idea where the prices are going to go. Okay. Oh, and thanks, Nikolai. It's always nice to do that. Stu's moving out. He says, I'm moving a house at the end of the month, hoping to have a 12-meter tower, a beam for HF and VHF vertical, and some good coax. Excited about it. Haven't had a proper station for 25 years. Stu, good for you. You deserve that, man. You do. You really do. I've got to tell you, you're there in the UK. You can get this antenna easy. Get Callum's antenna. Seriously, just go buy it from him. He's really good to deal with. And the kit is brilliant. It's really high quality. And, you know, mine has been up all winter so far and part of the fall. I've not had a single problem with it. It's been brilliant. I can't recommend the DX Commander all-band vertical more than I do. I mean that sincerely. Well, that special event station there was on that antenna. So definitely good. Stu, what's a new Yaesu radio? I was saying earlier today, and I said this to my brother last night, because I was up till about 2 in the morning messing around with this FTDX 10. I have an FTDX 5000 right here, okay, and I've got the 101 right here. The 10 is my favorite radio. It is. It's because it's small, but it's easy and fun to use. It's brilliant. It's the right size without being overwhelming with a million buttons on it. Buttons do multiple things. You just learn what they do and how they work. So do the knobs. Once you figure it out, it's simple and it's just fun. I haven't enjoyed working an HF radio like this ever. I just haven't. I can't stop playing with that radio. So, you know, I would say wait for the price to come down, and it will. All right, let's wrap the show up. Got to show you this first. If you love the opening, you're going to love the close. This is actually a real legal proceeding that happened. This is not some stage production. This really happened. This is a court case. Now, keep in mind, during the coronavirus, okay, sometimes court cases have to be done over Zoom calls. This was a little bit bad, okay? It's a little bit bad, but I think you'll love it. Wait for the attorney's response to the judge. It's great, but listen carefully. You'll love it. Before we go, I do want to add this from Eddie because I like what he got to say here. This is good. This is Golf Whiskey 6. Golf Whiskey 6, Bravo X-Ray Union. Thank you. After the feature of the Wellbrook, I'm over the moon with now listening is not a joy. It's now a joy, not a pain in the ear. Yeah. The Wellbrook loop he's talking about is the ALA 1530. It is beautiful. My friends, if you have an antenna, a transceiver that has an RX input, this antenna is a little expensive. It's a little pricey, but it's extremely sensitive. You put it up on a rotator or just put it up, you can even run it a meter off the ground if you want to put it on a tripod. But my point is, it will lower down your QRN. And the reason it does that, it's a magnetic loop. It doesn't hear electrical interference. It only works on the magnetic portion of the transmit signal. So you don't have to have it up 30 or 40 feet to make it work. You can have it 1 meter off the ground. You can have it up off your roof. You can put it in your backyard up high. You can put it on a tripod, but it works. Use it for your RX side. You'll be stunned the difference it makes over a vertical or a dipole. All right, till tomorrow. And I hope there'll be lights on in the house. If not, we'll do it from the laptop. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless you. And thanks for watching Ham Radio Live. My name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. Enjoy the close. Goodbye, everybody.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take
we're trying to, can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Well, this completes Channel 3's broadcasting day. KCRA-TV in Sacramento, California is owned and operated by Kelly Broadcasting Company with studios and offices located at 310 10th Street in Sacramento. KCRA-TV is an affiliate of the National Broadcasting Company, and Channel 3 transmits from California's tallest structure, the 2,000-foot tower located 1.5 miles north-northeast of Walnut Grove, with 100,000 watts of video power as authorized by the Federal Communications Commission. Portions of today's broadcasting schedule have been presented complete or in part by mechanical reproduction. Have a good night and a good morning.